You told me your name and your date of birth. Where were you born?
Elm Grove, West Virginia,
Okay. And what's your present address?
1610 28th Street, Portsmouth, Ohio.
That's this facility here?
Yes.
Hillview Retirement
Hillview
Center.
Retirement Center.
What was your occupation?
I was the secretary of the Masonic bodies and manager of the Masonic Temple building.
Okay, for how long?
23 or 4 years.
How much education do you have?
I have a BA degree from Denison University.
Are you married, single, widowed, divorced, separated?
Widowed.
Okay. Do you have children?
No children.
Okay. And your parents' names?
My father's name was Joseph Bannister.
Mhm.
My mother's name was Mary Bell
Okay, what was her maiden name?
McConaughey.
McConaughey. Were they from West Virginia? They were West Virginia?
No, from England.
They were from England, okay. So they came straight from England, and you are then the first generation in this
Right.
country? Okay. Were you in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or
Navy.
did you, when were you in?
From June the 1st, 1943 to, I think, May of 1946.
Okay, you were discharged in May of '46?
Mhm.
What was your rank when you were discharged?
Fire controlman, 3rd class.
Okay. Did you enlist? Were you drafted? How did you
I
get?
enlisted.
You enlisted then. Okay, that was during World War II, of course.
Yes.
And then where did you do your basic training?
Great Lakes Naval Station.
Was that 6 weeks or how long?
6 weeks.
6-week program?
Well, I think they speeded it up even a little less than that.
Really? Well, after Great Lakes, then where did you go?
Went to destroyer school in San Diego, California.
How long were you there?
About 3 months.
Okay. Destroyers, were you then stationed, were you then posted to a destroyer?
In Boston.
Boston, Massachusetts? First you train on the West Coast, then they send you to the East Coast.
Right.
Is that the way it goes?
That's where the ship was. It was a brand new ship.
It wasn't gonna come and get you. was it?
Brand new ship.
What was the name of it?
The USS Newcomb.
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 Okay. And then you put the C in the Newcomb?
Yeah.
What did you do there? Fire control officer or what were you?
Yeah, if we were in charge of the gunnery. We directed the
Oh,
gunfire.
fire control meaning gun
Fire.
fire. I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
catches on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually
It was in the
directed.
gunnery, yeah.
Okay. Then where did you go after Boston?
Well,
You got your ship and went where?
yeah, went down through the canal and went to the west coast and
Oh,
picked up a cruiser and a couple of cruisers and a battleship and went to the Marshall Islands.
okay. How long were you then in the Pacific?
Let's see, till April of 45, I think.
Till April 45?
Yeah, April the 6th,
Okay. So,
we was in Okinawa.
did you go to Okinawa?
We went through all through the Pacific.
That's what I meant then. Were you actually then at the battle scene in Okinawa? and
Oh, yeah.
that sort of thing? Did you
Well,
have,
we went from the Marshall Island to Saipan, to Tinian, to Peleliu, Leyte, Ormoc, Mindoro, Lingayengo, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa.
do you have battle stars?
Yes.
You have some? How many battle stars do you
6.
have? Did you happen to know Don Sherman, don't you?
Oh, yes.
He was at Okinawa, he told me. Okay. So then your ship was in combat, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We were the outer screen of the 7th Fleet. That means we were 50 miles away from the fleet all the time.
That means you saw the bad guys first.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Now, did your ship make it through okay, the
No.
Newcomb?
No, we were hit by the kamikazes at Okinawa.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you
lost.
did-
Had 43 killed and 73 wounded out of 300.
Did the ship go down?
No, didn't sink it. Towed it all the way back to the United States and then scrapped it.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about that? I mean, you were hit by a kamikaze. Was it one hit or
Oh, no,
did you get
4.
more? 4 of them.
Once they started, and of course, when we lost power, well, then they just kept hitting us.
Okay. But you managed to save the ship, or?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
kept it afloat.
The Newcomb, that was at Okinawa when you got hit. Did you
Yeah.
see other ships too? That was a furious battle.
Oh, yeah. And the Lucy came to help us, and she got hit.
Is that right?
We went in, got the grant, towed her out.
Who towed the grant?
We
You did?
We did.
Have you kept in contact with any of your shipmates since then or anything like that?
No.
When you got out of the service, what did you do?
Went to college.
Where'd you go to school?
Well, I graduated from Denison University.
Denison.
Yeah, I started at Rio Grande, and then the curriculum wasn't what I wanted, and so then I went to Denison and finished up.
Did you got a degree in
Economics.
Did you teach for a while?
No.
Did you go right into the Masonic Temple? What did you do?
Well, no, I worked about 3 years for Furlong Construction Company, and then 10 years for the Highway Department.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, that'd be the state of Ohio?
Yeah, Department of Highways.
Well, did you like the Navy?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you think maybe you wanted to stay in, or?
I should have.
You should have stayed in.
I liked the Navy. I didn't mind the Navy.
Were you single at that time?
Oh, yes.
What does a single sailor do when he gets liberty?
Oh, my. A myriad of things. You'd be surprised at some of them.
I think so.
Yeah, really. I mean, everybody thinks, well, they all go out and get drunk. Some of them did that, too.
Couple, I bet.
I bet.
Now, you say you were in San Diego. or-
Well, yeah, that's where I got my destroyer training, but
That's
when
where
the
you-
ship came to San Francisco,
Okay.
to Hunter's Point.
Okay, Hunter's Point. When you came back, was the war over then, or was it
Yeah.
about to be over?
No, it was
It was over, okay. But you stayed on for a while. You were discharged in 46, I think you said. I don't know.
yeah. Well, yeah, we got back, and then I went to an anti-aircraft training center, and I was an instructor there for 10 months or so, 8, 10 months before I got discharged.
When you got discharged, you came back here to Portsmouth, or came back?
No.
How did you end up in Portsmouth? Let me ask you.
Well, when I
You're in West Virginia.
when I was discharged from the Navy, then I went home, and my folks at that time were living in Martins Ferry, which was across the river, Wheeling, West Virginia. And so I really can't answer how I got down to Rio Grande College. I just ended up there, I know that. And that's where I met my wife. So
Was she from Portsmouth?
she was from Portsmouth,
I see.
from West Portsmouth.
So you followed her home.
Yeah, I married the place. I never
You
left.
married this place.
Married it, never left.
All right.
That was in 1950.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say about military or anything like that?
No, I'm a great believer that all young people, all young men ought to go serve for a
Okay.
period of time. I don't think it'd hurt any of them.
I can tell you, I don't think it will either.
And I think it'll do a lot of them a world of good. And I think sometimes that, I think statistics will prove what I say, that when the veterans came back and went to college, they scored higher because they were older, and they knew what they wanted to do, and I think sometimes the young man coming right out of high school really needs a year or two. A year or two in the military wouldn't hurt him.
How old were you when you joined?
18,
You were 18, so you had just gotten out of high school.
7
Were you-
days before
7 days before.
I
and you
went to
down.
Navy.
Did you join up in?
I was
West-
already in, they just let me graduate.
Oh, okay. That was over in West Virginia, that you went down to the
Yeah.
recruiter's office and that sort of thing. Okay. Where were you and what were you doing when you heard about Pearl Harbor?
It was on Sunday afternoon. It's probably down on the playground playing basketball if it was warm enough.
Well, you were in the service. Did you meet any famous people, admirals or generals or anything like that? You ever see a USO show with Bob Hope or anything?
Oh, yeah, we saw those. Bob Hope came down to the Pacific several times. So we came to see his shows, and, yeah. Admiral Nimitz.
Did you see him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What was the circumstances that you saw?
He was on a battleship when it was Easter, and we went over there for church services. And of course, he stood there and welcomed us all aboard.
Well, you got any tattoos you want to talk about? or
No,
anything
no
like that?
tattoo.
You're a Navy
You
man,
know,
you don't
I-
have a tattoo?
I can't believe that. It's wild and crazy as some of the things I did. That's one thing I didn't do.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate your talk to me.
All right, John.
Thank you.
I
Thanks
can
for
talk to
everything you did.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.